It's tea time!
This is where we spill the tea.
I mean, we're here.
We're on the Jones Beach Boardwalk.
Oh
Dee
my
Snyder's
God.
calling it.
Wrap it up.
We've been hanging out with the hotTeas.
The hotTeas, by the way, armies. Hashtag
Long
Long Island
Island
Life. Cheers.
Cheers.
Okay. Hey, welcome back to Long Island Tea. I'm Kristen.
I'm Sharon. Welcome back.
Welcome back, and welcome to any new listeners that we have as a result of all of our amazing airplane advertising
That's so
and
awesome.
all of our other new ads coming
Yeah.
out. It's crazy.
So exciting.
It's weird.
It's awesome. I
Don't
love
you think
it.
it's weird?
It is weird, but we love it.
Anyway, so Sharon, we always start the episode by saying, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I think is that okay? We can say that these days, right?
Sure.
Mental health is a thing.
Yes.
Like,
100%.
You can be like, I'm doing okay.
Yeah, and it's okay to be okay.
I'm okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's like highs and lows this week.
like a roller
I feel
coaster.
like. Yes, very much.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, New York's going through a lot.
Yes. Yes, we are.
But it's just crazy. It's just a crazy time for everything. And it's so busy and we've got so much going on. And sometimes, we were talking earlier, like, especially the transplant. I mean, New York can be a very challenging place
It sure can.
to do
it
business.
Sure can.
To talk to people. And New
Mm-hmm.
Yorkers, have a very specific way of doing things sometimes. And it's the way it's always been done.
Yeah. And we don't like that.
We've always done
We
it
don't
that
like
way.
that. We don't like that phrase.
I don't like it.
I don't like it either.
So that can be very challenging for
Yeah.
somebody that likes to change things up.
Who's so innovative.
Switch things up.
Yeah.
I'm always like, that doesn't mean that's
No.
the way we should do it.
Nope.
Also, look at what everybody else is doing across the globe,
Right.
and maybe let's do some of those good things.
Right, exactly.
Let's just not do what we've been doing forever. So it can be challenging. It's been a challenging week, but then we've also had some then the second I start to be like, oh gosh, I don't know. You just let it get to you.
Yeah. Yeah, it does.
And then when it does, then I'll have an amazing experience.
Right.
Like we did yesterday.
Right? Wasn't that awesome?
Yeah. And it's like we live in the best place ever.
We really do. I know we say this every week, but yesterday was totally breathtaking.
Why don't you tell people what we did yesterday?
So we did an LITV episode on Long Island boat rentals, where we rented a yacht.
A charter yacht.
A charter yacht. Which
straight, not totally below deck.
No,
But
I mean,
as close as I'll probably get.
so it was awesome. This cruise goes to the Statue of Liberty and back out of Port Washington. We talked about it a couple times on the pod, but to experience it was so cool.
It was so amazing. And I remember when they told me that they did it. They're like, we just launched this brand new charter service that takes people from Port Washington to the Statue of Liberty. I'm like, what?
Wait, tell me again. What?
You can go to the Statue of Liberty from Long Island and not have to go take the train, go to the
Right.
city, wait in the lines, park. Nope. Straight
was-
there.
yeah.
Parking. You drive up, totally free. Parking lot.
Right.
Easy.
Walk down the dock.
Walk the dock. They're there.
They're there. And it's so cute, the business,
Oh
these
my God,
guys.
they
It's
were
like a little
awesome.
family-owned business.
Yeah.
They're just so adorable.
And knowledgeable.
How blown away were you with the
Stop.
history
They knew
facts that he
everything.
was spitting out? I was like,
Yeah, so
what?
you'll have to watch Long Island TV. It's coming out in a few weeks to see it, to actually see it, because you won't believe it until you see it.
you won't believe it, exactly.
But it was so, the cherry was like, you get to go to Statue of Liberty.
Right. And
And-
then we sat there and he was telling us all kinds of different things. And
Thank you.
It was so awesome.
But you don't realize that just leaving from Port Washington, which is gorgeous,
oh my gosh.
just to get there, and then you go through the Gold Coast mansions. Oh my God, some of those mansions we saw.
Right? Right? All
The owners
along
of Arizona
Oh my
Iced Tea.
gosh. And Charmin toilet paper?
Yeah, I don't know if it was Charmin.
What
Was
was
it
it,
Charmin?
Scott?
It was toilet
Scott?
paper.
It was toilet
They
paper.
didn't say
but it
which
was-
kind. I was like, I don't know. But
Wow.
that was like, those people are doing quite well
Right?
for themselves.
So
as
we
you can
always
tell.
what do you do here?
Well,
and
now
then-
you know.
Now you know.
Listen, toilet paper, especially last year, they're.
Yeah.
Listen, I feel good about that house.
Exactly.
I'm like, I feel good. I will buy your toilet paper.
Yes.
I'm so glad to have it.
Yes.
If anyone should be living in that mansion, you.
You, my
Yos.
friend.
Yos.
Yous guys.
But yeah, the Arizona Iced Tea, and then the house that was in Wolf of Wall Street,
Right.
and there are a bunch of movies, and then there was a Civil War fort
Yeah.
That's now a state park that we went by, and you go into bridges, and we stopped under LaGuardia Airport, and the planes flew over.
That was awesome.
Crazy.
And then what was Hell's Gate?
Hell's Gate
Was where the East River met.
Yeah.
The
Hudson?
The Hudson? Okay.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. He was a load of information.
Was loaded, and I was blown away. And
then we even got to see that brand new attraction in New York City from the water. It looks like a bunch of mushrooms. That's called Little Island, which you can't get tickets to right now.
Wow.
You can't get, it's sold out.
Wow.
And so, and again, crowds and all that.
Right.
Like, especially right now. No one wants to do that.
Right.
So you charter this special yacht. Anyway, and so we had the yacht all to ourselves. So we took the whole team.
Yeah, we took our fam. We took the DLI fam, and it was so fun.
Why not share it with everyone? And plus, we wanted to show on LITV that it's great for corporate retreats or families or friends, reunions. And to say something like to 24 people, I think. So we only had just our team. But it was awesome. It was a team building day and a way that we all got to just, sometimes you need that. You just need to take a breather and remember why we're lucky to live here.
Absolutely.
Why we work
do
so
what
hard.
We do. Exactly.
Why we work so hard.
I think everybody loved it. I think, the team loved it. We had a great time. And like you said, it was team building. Like we don't get to do that often because we're always so moving so fast and doing so much in so many different directions. But like you said, blow the whistle. Let's hang out. We had a good day.
Yeah, it was a good day. And so it's been like that. It's been like, oh my gosh, a super frustrating, challenging day. And then you're like, oh my gosh, beautiful weather. And we're just like, you're literally right in front of the Statue of Liberty on a yacht.
It was so awesome.
I mean, I was like, is this
real life
security
right now?
I mean, I feel like there should be better
but
security.
No, there was like a military helicopter flying around.
Yeah, it was security
we're like,
for sure.
What's going on?
Yeah, I think there's definitely security. So.
But on the way back, I totally was soaking wet.
That was hilarious.
I didn't even realize it because the sun was so hot. So I'm sitting on the bench or whatever, and like Alyssa's sitting next to me and Bree, I think, and we're talking, chatting away, and then I was like looking over, just like enjoying the scenery and all of a sudden I look down at my arm and it is soaked. And then I put my hand on my hair, and it was soaked. And
Chris
I'm like,
and Bree are like dying laughing right now at you.
And the captain's like, "Do you need a towel?" And I'm like, "No, I'm all right. No, it's fine."
No, you
and they're like, "No, you need a towel." I was like, "Oh."
I was talking to what was the lady's name?
Catherine, the COO.
The COO. We're just chatting about this. I'm like closer to the captain. Like we're chatting about stuff. I look over. You get up, like you got out of the shower.
Like I got out of the shower, drenched.
I'm like, Sharon, are you good?
Okay.
Are you good? Well, and then I almost lost my cell phone.
Oh my God.
I'm like, it was in my back pocket. And then I was moving around the different seats because I was talking to all the different staff, and chatting with everyone and spending time with everyone. And then I'm like, I went to take a picture of something. I'm like, where's my phone? And there was one opening underneath the seat that goes straight off the back of the boat in the water. And I was like, I looked at it. I'm like, my phone is for sure.
Well, Caroline saw you get up and like look for your phone. And she's like, I don't know. And then all of a sudden she jumps down to the floor.
Jumped. Hanging off the back of the boat practically. Oh my, grabbing my bench. Underneath, grabbing my phone. I was like.
It was hysterical.
Girl, you are.
But she saved it. She comes out with it like,
she's like, woo! I was like.
We're like, hero. Because that vibe would have went out with that phone.
Whoa.
Had that happen.
Do you know how we're so attached? Do you know how many pictures?
Oh, yeah.
Are on this phone that I have not yet downloaded?
Yeah. Catherine literally ran out of memory yesterday.
I would lose it.
85,000.
Yeah,
I don't even know.
As soon as I think I have a lot of pictures, Bree's like,
I have 90,000.
I think you have 85,000 pictures, Bree. I think you took 80,000 of them on the boat yesterday.
Yesterday was so
selfies.
Awesome. Yeah.
And Bree's like, this and that. And then
oh my God, these girls, they were like, this is my selfie moment. Please give me a minute.
And honestly, why not? Because there was so much to see. So anyway, Long Island was awesome. We're doing good. Like we're very, very lucky. And it's sometimes you just need those reminders as to be like, wow, this is the greatest place in the world, and we're so lucky. And also to do what we do and even have that opportunity.
Absolutely.
So, and we're also lucky to be drinking, doing this podcast because we have a very special guest coming up, but also drinking wine.
Yes. Wine of the week.
We
are drinking Rose Hill Rosé 2020. So delicious. And the wine bottle itself is beautiful.
So pretty.
Design
I really love
so
the bottle.
Pretty. Mm-hmm. So, there's a lot of lights here.
Oh.
2020 Rose Hill Rosé Dry, light and perfectly crisp. Mm-hmm. Our Rose Hill Rosé is best served chilled and with good company. Cheers.
Cheers.
Good company.
Can you imagine drinking rosé not chilled?
No. But this is 100% Merlot blend.
Okay.
Very good,
It
right?
does taste different. You can taste the difference in that. It tastes like a little bit heavier.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But it is crisp and all of this, and I love the bottle. And then I saw, Bree, were you guys just out at Rose Hill? I saw on our Instagram that Bree does. It reminded me a lot of like Terre Vitae. It looks beautiful.
Beautiful.
I can't wait. We're going to go there. I think our next remote is at Rose Hill.
Really?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. And it looks, I was checking it out because I'm like, it looks gorgeous.
That's
it's a
so
newer
awesome.
one too, right? It's a newer vineyard.
Yeah, they were Shin.
Oh, okay.
They
Yeah.
just changed
So
it.
they
were
just changed
they
over.
were Shin,
and
now
so this
they're-
is new. And so I love the fresh blood on the North Fork and with our vineyards.
It's
and,
awesome because there's so much innovation.
Yeah,
right?
and
Like,
the cool thing is that you know that every time you go out to the North Fork and the vineyards, there's something new. There's
Yeah.
something new and different to see,
and their designs are so different.
fresh and
it's beautiful.
So it never gets old or boring because there's always something new happening
Yeah.
out there in Long Island wine country, which we are so excited to have as our sponsors of the Wine of the Week. And for those of you that are new, if you don't know, Long Island Wine Country boasts 57 distinct winemakers on the North and South Forks, and the tasting rooms are super beautiful. And the other cool thing is they just launched a new website.
which is so beautiful.
And not only beautiful, but I'm super, I'm a technology geek, and sometimes I get jealous.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
why is their website so
Better
good?
than ours.
Because it's brand new. You guys have to go to liwines.com. I
Yes.
think is what it
Yep.
is. LA Wines. Just go to the Tea Podcast website
And we
too,
link
because
it, yeah.
it's right there. We link right to it. You can get to all of this great stuff as well as our Wine of the Week deal. But it's got this awesome brand new, very user-friendly tool, which it shows you on the map where all the vineyards are. It shows who they are, and then it shows you on the map where they are. And then you can click pet-friendly or kid-friendly
It's
or
so
live
awesome.
music, or you can bring your own food. It has all these things you can click so you can find the exact vineyards without having to search through every single
super
individual
informative,
website.
yeah.
Depending on whether you're going with your kids or whether you want to take your dog. And it's just, I'm so impressed by it.
I am so impressed by it too. When we were looking at it the other day, and I was like, "This is like so deep."
Yeah.
It goes really.
I think they really listened to the customer
Yeah.
and what people want to know before they come out, and they're making it so much easier
Yeah.
for everyone to come out and experience the vineyard. So it takes the guessing out of it.
Right.
Because
Exactly.
so many times
Like
you
so
don't
many
know.
people.
You know, before you go somewhere, it's such a commitment. You're like, oh,
Well, and I think for a long time they had a travel guide almost.
Yeah,
So
right.
they went more digital this time,
Yeah.
and they really honed it.
Yeah.
I think they really captured all of the things that the customer's looking for.
Yeah.
you
So
know?
cheers to Long Island Wine Country for that new amazing website, and we're going to make it more prominent on our website because I'm like, we should just link to this.
Yeah,
For everything,
definitely.
everything vineyards, because why reinvent the wheel? This is amazing.
Absolutely,
So
yeah.
love them, and they're great sponsors and partners. And it's just such a wonderful part of Long Island.
Oh, definitely.
We're so lucky to have
and so many people don't know that we have wineries.
It makes
you
me
know, they
crazy.
have no idea that the whole entire North Fork and
Yeah.
some of the South Fork is made up of wineries.
It makes me crazy.
Yeah.
And when people don't drink the wines, when you're like at a party and there's no Long Island wines, I'm like, what's happening?
What
here?
happened? Yeah, exactly.
What are you doing?
Yeah, it's
I can't.
ridiculous.
I can't. Like, get the long. And if your liquor store is not, serving, or your restaurant is not serving Long Island wines, ask them why not.
Right. Absolutely.
Say like, what? I heard about this great wine that Kristen and Sharon were talking about.
They drank it last week
Rose
on
Hill,
the pod.
and I just want. Why aren't you carrying it?
Right.
Because they have to hear from us
Yes.
to be able to do it.
Yeah.
So we totally support them. We love them, and that is part of Long Island Life.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Hashtag Long Island Life.
Long Island Life. I mean, we've pretty much been talking about Long Island Life this whole time, but we're like deep into August.
It is coming to an end. I'm so sad.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. I love your reference about Black Friday. It's so true.
Yeah, like it's like every day that ticks by in August, Long Islanders get more and more like neurotic.
Yeah.
About. I'm surprised anyone's at work.
I know.
Ever.
I know.
Although
Traffic is lighter, though, I have to say.
Yeah, and
right?
I was gonna say, and I am getting a lot of out of office requests
Yeah,
from the
yeah.
staff, which I fully support.
Yes,
Yeah,
totally. We have kids going to college, and,
Yeah.
it's,
Listen, I know about that. Oh my God, I'm doing those college tours.
I know.
I was talking to Dr. Michelle Reed about it the other day, our fit doc. And she's same boat. Her sons are
Same
same age.
ages.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's
So
crazy.
I was literally like, oh my God, my daughter wants to look at that college. I don't know how I'm going to take her. And she's like, we just went. She said, girl, we had seats in the back. We've got to work together as moms. I'm like,
So
put my
true.
daughter in your car, put your sons in my car. Like, let's help
together.
each other out as moms, because these
can't.
college tours, because they're seniors now, and the reality, and listen, college is a weird thing on Long Island. In Arizona, everybody's like, where are you going to go? You're going to go to Arizona State? You're going to go to University of Arizona
There's so
or
many
Northern Arizona University?
Colleges here and universities.
Yeah, there's 3.
Yeah.
Maybe Grand Canyon. Okay. But everyone's like, which one are you going to go to?
Yeah.
Here, it's like the entire Northeast.
Yeah.
And a zillion like Ivy Leagues, and everyone wears their decision day sweatshirt.
And they do a whole photo shoot.
Oh my
It's
God,
so
the
amazing.
pressure.
Yeah.
And sometimes too many choices it's like too much.
Yeah.
It's better to have less choices in life sometimes.
ABC, that's it.
Yeah. Because it's crazy. And then the problem is because of COVID, they lost a whole year of looking at colleges.
Oh, yeah.
So now you're trying to literally cram it all in and have your summer vacation.
Right.
Before fall.
Before the fall comes.
Which I am so pumped about. Like I said, we had a little.
I'm not ready.
Oh my God, we had a little
ready.
fall sneak peek last weekend on that rainy, brisk, cool day.
True, yeah.
I was like, this is my jam. This is my jam.
You know what's my jam right now? The 98 degrees that we're having.
I can't.
I love it.
No,
I love it.
No, heat wave.
I can't wait to I can't wait to go to the beach.
You love the heat.
I love it.
Yeah, and then you're just like, spray me with that ocean water.
Right? I'll take it. I don't even feel it.
Anyway, so but that's Long Island Life is great. And you know what? One of the things we love so much about Long Island is that we have so many great like celebrities and talented people that live here, and people that run all these businesses that you don't even realize are from Long Island.
Right.
And one of them is one of my favorite podcasts that I've had the privilege of being on, called No Vacancy.
Incredible.
And it's really for tourism, hospitality workers.
Right.
But honestly, I think even if you're not in the tourism industry,
It's entertaining.
well, yeah,
So entertaining.
The host, Glenn Haussman,
he's
is
so
from,
awesome.
and he's like so high energy, and he co-hosts it with Anthony Melchiori, who everybody knows is like the bald guy from Hotel Impossible.
Yep.
Hotel Impossible.
And he's so awesome too.
He's hilarious.
He's so down to earth. You
He
know,
is.
like we saw him. I mean, you met him a couple times, but I met him at a lodging association event a couple years ago, and he was just entertaining
Great
too.
guy.
Like great
really
guy.
just good guy, and they give great tips, and they interview a ton of great people. So we're very lucky to have Glenn Haussman on the show. Okay, Sharon, I am so excited to welcome our special guest today, Glenn Haussman from No Vacancy Media, who specializes in the No Vacancy podcast, of which I was recently a guest on.
Which was so awesome.
Oh my God, it was
loved
so
watching
fun.
that.
Glenn, thank you for joining us. And I was on there. I was on there with you and Anthony Melchiori, who was famous for Hotel Impossible. And at the end, he was like, Kristen, I can designate you officially as a New Yorker because you cut us off and you interrupted and you talked over us the whole time.
And you talk with your hands.
Yeah. And I was like, cheers. I felt like.
So congratulations on that.
Yeah. I felt like very like dawned, you know? I'm like, all right.
All right.
So Glenn, we always start the show like we say, how you doing?
How you doing, Glenn?
Hey, how you doing?
Hey. He's got it.
Yay. And Glenn, love you because you're a native Long Islander.
That's right. Not by choice, but I'm glad. I am here. Yeah, I grew up here on Long Island, and like a lot of us Long Islanders, I left for a while, did the city thing, and once my kids started outgrowing their tiny New York City bedrooms, we made it on back to where I live now in Smithtown.
In Smithtown, great town,
very
where the
nice.
bull is. Where we love talking about the bull that's still on the loose.
Yeah, but I love living out in Smithtown. It's nice. I got a nice piece of property, and I get, this time of year, it's so great. And it's so much fun that I've been traveling all over the country, finally, again, going to all sorts of hotel industry related events and stuff. But I always love coming back to my place in Smithtown, to my place on Long Island, to my real home.
Yeah, and I should say, just in case people think that those polyester curtains behind you are your home, they're not. You're
No, they are not.
You're at a hotel.
We do No Vacancy live, which is the name of the show right there, every single day of the week. Well, Mondays through Thursdays. And today we're in New York City at Even Hotel Midtown East, where my producer also happens to work. So we had a fun show highlighting this property and talking to all the development people down in Atlanta at their headquarters. So it was pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, the No Vacancy podcast is awesome. And I, had done a podcast once a week, it's a challenge. It can be a challenge to stay up to date and have enough content. So how cool that you do it every day of the week, because then you also do a special one on Fridays.
That's right. We do Friday night audit. If you're in the hospitality business and you work a particular shift, it's called night audit. So we're calling our show Friday Night Audit. The whole idea behind that show is to have drinks, laugh, and capture the spirit and energy of what it's like in the bar after you're wrapped up at the
lobby bar. The lobby bar. That's awesome.
So,
and I love it. I love that podcast. I mean, I love all the ones that you do. With Anthony because they're really informative and you have really great guests that run the gamut as far as specialties across the tourism industry, which is, I think most people that are not in the tourism industry, they're blown away when they start to understand the depth and breadth of it and how many jobs are created.
Right. Well, that's why I love this business so much, because as a content creator, I never actually worked in the hospitality business, but it's the coolest business on the entire planet because it's all cool businesses wrapped up in one, right?
It's true.
It's very true.
You got the food and beverage, you got the design, you got technology, you got real estate, you got finance, you got customer service, you got the psychology. Consumer behavior, all of these different things that all play into one area. So it gives us so much depth of content that putting on a daily show is piece of cake for an hour every day.
It's so true. And Sharon, I don't want to talk over you, but the resort, I used to work at a luxury resort in Arizona, right? And it was a 500 room resort. And most people think all the jobs, when I would talk about jobs created by tourism, they're bellmen and their front desk. I'm like, we have engineers, we have accountants, we have legal. You have a ton of, you have landscape architects, golf architects. I mean, you have amazing people that all their jobs are wrapped around our industry.
Right, Kristen, and that's just at the property level. Most people don't even realize how incredible of an opportunity hospitality is. They look at the front desk clerk and say, that's not for me, I'm done. But we just found out, Roger Dow, the president and CEO of US Travel, for those who don't know, it's the organization tasked with getting people to want to come to America and spend all their money. He said, outside finance, being in the hospitality business is the most profitable industry for a human being when it comes to their salary. So how incredible is that? And most people don't even get that, you could work for the hotel brand. You could work in all these different departments in hospitality. You could work for a hotel management company. They're the companies that come in and actually handle the day-to-day operations for a particular owner. There are so many things you could do outside the property, but also inside the property, which gives you a career that's endless.
Yeah. So we're wondering, how did you get connected to tourism?
Accidentally on purpose, as they say.
Isn't it all to us, right?
I worked at a free giveaway magazine. I made like $18,000 a year back in like 1993, which wasn't so bad, but not enough money to get me out of the house. It was a free magazine called Good Times, right? They're still there. I think Rich Bransford, who was my first boss in that, still owns it. But it was great because I got to talk to celebrities. I got to talk to musicians. I got to go to all these great Long Island venues and hang out with people. But honestly, celebrities kind of stink, right? I just didn't like it at all. And I didn't like all of the other writers I'd be with. This was before the internet. And they were just like, tell us how amazing you are, please, star. And the star would be like, well, I am amazing. Thanks for
This
asking.
is why. Let me count the ways.
Right. So that just didn't interest me. Nothing personal. I totally get that people are into all of that sort of thing. But I kept getting struck by, well, this is a cool hotel I'm in. Look at that food that I'm not allowed to eat. Look at these rooms that I'm not allowed to stay in. So I switched over to the hospitality business, which is the coolest freaking business ever. And I highly encourage everybody to get involved in it, no matter what you do. Look, I just like the business, and now I got a whole career, and I'm not even in the business.
Speaking of celebrities, how'd you get hooked up with Anthony Mercury from Hotel Impossible?
I think you mean, how did Anthony Mercury get hooked up with one? Well, the truth of it is, I met him the first season that he was doing Hotel Impossible, which did 108 episodes. It was one of the longest running shows ever on the Travel Channel. So kudos to him for so much success and helping so many people improve their businesses and their lives. But I met him, and I used to do an old podcast at my old job about 10 years ago. And he was great. It was fun. And I started the No Vacancy podcast about 5.5 years ago. And as we're recording this next week, our 500th episode.
Wow, that's amazing.
Really, really excited about that. And about a year and a half, 2 years into that show, I reached out to Anthony. I'm like, oh, I got to get this guy back on the show. That'll totally help me get some listeners, right? So
Yes.
I rang him, and he's like, yeah, dude, let's do it. So I did the podcast with him. And at the end of the podcast, I'm like, that was a lot of fun. I hope maybe you'll do it again with me sometime. He goes, I got another hour. You want to do another one? I'm like, sure.
So awesome.
Yeah.
We just knocked out another one. And then a month later, he calls me up. He goes, I want to do a podcast. I think we should do a podcast. Let's do a podcast. I'm like, all right. So
He's so great. He's so approachable, right? And
Yeah.
he's such for a celebrity like you're talking about. He's so approachable, and also he's an innovator, right? He knows innovation when he sees it, and he saw you and your opportunity. So what a cool team you guys make.
Yeah, so we started our own podcast called Checking In with Anthony and Glenn in August 3 years ago. And I was doing my No Vacancy show. We were doing that show together. I was doing a design show and a technology show, all in hospitality. And then, of course, COVID hit and everything kind of got upended. So as that started to happen, I had LinkedIn Live. I started playing with video, and we just started going on air every day as No Vacancy, to kind of help people see their way through the crisis. So we wound up accidentally, again, on purpose, kind of combining those two shows into what now we've seen for the last 18 months, which is Anthony and I doing something live every day instead of me doing separate shows each different days of the week.
Can you
And it
imagine
works.
doing this live every day?
No, and they do it live.
Live. I watched a couple of them, and I think it's just so amazing. Like, we think this is a lot going into it, but like,
and we thank God we have Alyssa that edits us because she cuts out things that I
Sometimes they're
say all the
cringeworthy.
time. Yeah, you're like, I'm like,
But
thank
that's
you
a-
for cutting that.
that's a lot of pressure.
Well,
the
good for
live.
you for putting effort into stuff. We're way too lazy to do any editing over here.
No,
So
you're
we
just
want
pros. You're pros. So what you've done almost 500, which is cheers to you guys.
Thank you.
What are is there anything that stands out? Like, is it some favorites?
As far as specific guests, if I get XYZ CEO of a major hotel company or this cruise company or whatever, that's pretty awesome that I can talk to them as equals, right? Mm-hmm. But it's also the stories that mean a lot to me are the ones that really inspire us, such as Harris Rosen. He owns Rosen Hotels and Resorts down in Orlando. And anyone who's gone down to Orlando probably is familiar with those particular properties. What he was suffering through at the beginning of the pandemic and how he worked his whole life to build up personal wealth and then just basically started putting it back into the company and make sure he wouldn't have to lay off people and to take care of all of these families was incredible. He also created his own hospital and medical centers and his own health insurance and all of these things to improve the lives of his staff. And it's really family to him. He's put hundreds of kids through college. I mean, it's hard to think about somebody more impressive than
That's nice.
Sure.
Yeah, that's a nice story. Yeah. Well, listen, you talk to people and experts from all over the industry. And, we started this podcast as a storytelling because, I'm not from Long Island. I moved here 6 years ago. Sharon's a native. But it's always surprising to me that people on Long Island think that everybody knows about them. And just now, we were just on a call with a vendor, and they were like, okay, so just to clarify which counties we're covering in this research, we're going to do this county, they're going to Queens. And I'm like, no, and then they were like, also, so North counties are these and South counties are these. I'm like, it's East and West.
Right.
Have you seen a map? I'm like, let me send you a map.
Let me
of
just
Long
show
Island.
you a link.
But it's mind blowing because do you find that? I mean, do you talk about Long Island? You're a Long Islander. Does it?
All right. Yes, on Long Island, but yes, in life. Nobody is really paying attention to the details and understanding that. I can't get someone to spell my name right, and it's just right there in the signature of my thing. So I wouldn't take that personally. People know Long Island, I think, more than other places in the country, though. We've got enough celebrities. We've got enough, true crime stories on and stuff like that. We've got murder houses and stuff, with ghosts and things. So I think people know Long Island pretty darn well. Although they do get confused about what's New York City, what actually is.
You'd be very surprised. People think the Hamptons are in Cape Cod, you know?
Right. Well, and even once you say it, oh, Amityville, and they're like, oh, that's Long Island. Oh, that's Long. And so you're right. You have to kind of help bridge that gap. Once you say it, the light bulb goes up. You're like, oh, have you heard of this? And have you heard of Howard Stern? And they're like, oh, yeah, wow, cool. That's Long Island.
Right. just say, the Baldwins or Baldwin, and everybody knows where you're from. You know?
Yeah, exactly. Well, they'll be like, oh, the Hamptons.
Yeah.
You're like, the Hamptons are on Long Island.
I'm still everybody. I'm from where Debbie Gibson grew up. So
Love her.
Yes.
We're big fans. We love her. Mariah Carey, and how many others? I mean, it's so
many.
But,
Jerry Seinfeld.
I mean, I'll tell you, not having been here, I couldn't believe how many things were on Long Island when I moved here that I made a connection with. For example, I had read years ago this book called Nightfall that I recommended as my tea the other day about TWA Flight 800. I'm sure they talk about Long Island the whole book. Right. I'm like, I don't know. I was
by town.
And I had no idea. And then one day I'm at Smith Point Beach and I saw the memorial and I'm like, oh my God, that whole book I read was all about right here, this beach. Mm-hmm. And I just think that, like you said, people aren't paying attention. And it's not just Long Island, it's everywhere in the country, about any destination. But it's funny to me because, Long Islanders tend to be like, we don't have to tell anybody about Long Island. Everybody knows. You don't have to tell. I'm like, no one understands anything. Just like you don't understand anything about where they come from in their state. Right. We have to constantly educate the customer.
You do, and that's what's really important, because at the beginning of this conversation, I said I always love coming home to Long Island, and you not only have to educate people coming to Long Island, but Long Islanders too. We forget that we have such incredible beaches. We forget that we have so many incredible parks. I haven't gone canoeing this year. I try to do that every year, and it's just so much fun and beautiful. We have so many great resources that I think we take for granted because we live here and we're running up to the supermarket or going to the neighborhood strip mall, that we forget that there's so many cool things to do over here,
We talk about that all the time.
All the time, especially even yesterday we did an event and we went on the North Shore of Long Island. It was so different from what I'm used to, and it's like, I feel like I'm in a different world.
Well, listen, I was in a different world last night. I got to go to my first concert since December 30th of 2019. The night before we were recording this, I saw Jimmy Buffett at Jones Beach, one of the best outdoor venues in 100%. The country.
Yep.
Sure, look, we'll put that up there with Red Rocks in the same sentence.
Right.
So absolutely incredible to be able to see this band that you love with the sun setting on one side of you, with the water in the back, with seeing the boats out in the water, trying to hear some of the sound. What an incredible venue this place is. I used to go there all the time. When I worked for that Good Times magazine, that was great because I would go to 10, 12, 15 concerts a summer over there, and I never get tired at Jones Beach Amphitheater.
It's one of the greatest places in the country, and I always say it should be on everybody's bucket list. You have to see a show there. I have chills just talking about it because every time I drive by it, I'm like, there it is. It's so pretty.
I saw Annie Get Your Gun in 1978 when I was little tiny guy, starring Lucy Arnaz. It was before they put in the bottom floor, so it was the amphitheater, and then there was water, and then the stage.
That's crazy.
It was the coolest thing, and ever since then, I've fallen in love with that. Going to see concerts out east, at Bald Hill and stuff like that. There's so many great places to have fantastic, memorable experiences. And don't even get me started about how beautiful our beaches are compared to
amazing. And the cool thing, Sharon and I were just talking about this last week because we had a vendor in, and we were taking them around on a fam tour of Long Island. And it hits me as I'm doing this that so many of our places, the residents know. Okay, so we went to the View in Oakdale, but you have to go all the way through a residential neighborhood to know where that is. And then the next day we went to Cowfish in Hampton Bays. It's literally in an alleyway behind a boat repair marina, and you get there and you're like, this is amazing. But the average visitor doesn't know. It's really a place. It's an incredible world-class tourism destination, but really the residents take such advantage of, I think, where we live. What are some favorite things of yours on Long Island that, a big part of our audience is Long Islanders. We have a lot of people from Brooklyn, but we have people from all over the world. So what do people know about that you love but don't know about?
All right. I want to let you all know out there, I'm working hard every day to represent Long Island. The president and CEO of LA Tourism has the nerve to try to tell me that they have better pizza and bagels out there.
No way. Please.
No way. This is not happening. Please. I went all the way to LA. I did a taste test with them of their bagels online. Our bagels can't be beat.
That's
so
right.
No matter what, you get yourself some bagels here on Long Island. You get yourself some actual pizza here on Long Island. not that whatever they call it in Chicago type of pizza, none of that sort of stuff, right?
Same. Yep.
No.
You get yourself go to a couple of the real authentic Asian restaurants out in Stony Brook. There are a ton of them. There's a big Asian American community there. Go find those secret places. Go find that great clam shack out there right by the water. That's a lot of fun to have. And go find that special beach. Drive along a real road. Go find a semi-private beach that's public, but people don't really know about. And go have some fun. There's so many great parks here. Go park your car, go in the woods, get lost, get back with nature. That to me is what Long Island is about. Good food, good nature, and good times with your friends.
And you know what else? Good people.
Yes,
good people.
definitely.
Our community is amazing and great. I think that the talent that we have here, probably because of our proximity to New York City, but the talent pool here is incredible. So the good people like you.
Yes.
Yes, and I'm happy to be living on Long Island again for the last 7 years or so. I was being in exile in Brooklyn was very, very difficult with all that fun New York City stuff.
Well, we'll tell everyone. We'll put all the information about the No Vacancy podcast. It's a great podcast to listen to. You can tune in every single day, and they're shorter. They're very digestible. I feel like. And then I'm gonna come back on the one where we can drink because that's how I do podcasts. I don't know.
That's how we roll.
Right, I'll invite both of you to join us on a Friday night on it sometime soon. But you got to have great stories. We got to have lots of laughs and no learning, as Seinfeld used to say about his show.
This is how we do. This is like our forte. All right, bye, Glenn. Have a good rest of your day.
Thank you so much.
Hey, thanks so much.
Bye. Okay, Sharon, he's awesome.
He was so awesome. I can't believe his energy, and he was like typical New Yorker.
I love him. I felt like I had to kind of be careful because I could have talked to him all day.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we had
about
to
a million things.
Oh
he
my
knows
gosh.
literally he does a podcast a day.
I was just going to say the fact that he does a podcast a day.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask him. I was mad because I really wanted to ask him how much what is the process for that? How does he do that? Does he plan his weeks out? Does he plan his day out?
Well, yeah.
Month, how does he do it? Because we do our episodes every week, once a week. And there's a lot of planning that is involved.
But Sharon, one thing we do every week is we spill the tea.
We spill the tea, sis.
Yeah, and you know what time it is.
It's
tea time. Bree and I tried to do that yesterday on LITV because
tea
I always
time?
go our thing is let's check it out.
Yeah, I love it.
Okay,
Let's go
so
check it
this
out.
is what the show's about. Let's check it out. That's kind of our tagline. So I was like, Bree, let's do it together. And it was very much let's check it out. So, but we'll get it.
I think you will. Yeah,
I think, and it was kind of cute because it was organic. It was fine.
I thought you guys did amazing.
Yeah, it was fine. It was cute. I love co-hosting that show with Bree, and I also love just watching Bree when she does it, and I get to just watch it.
I know.
From home.
I
it's
know.
Nice.
But she's so cute. She did so good.
Yeah, she does it good. So anyway, what is your tea, Sharon?
So my tea is we hired a new employee.
Thank God.
Thank God. I mean, we've been waiting for this position for quite some time, but we couldn't find the right person, and we finally did. Marissa is our media relations manager, and we are going to be pumping out some news. Watch out.
I'm so excited
press.
about
Watch out.
that. I mean, already today, you don't even know this, because we get tons of media leads. And, pretty much every day, I'll get
10 to 15 emails.
Yeah, exactly. From major publications,
Yeah.
hey, we're looking for, stories about bacon or stories about, hotel deals or
Right.
stories about whatever. Do you have anything? I was like, and I'm usually, I just don't have time to respond. I'm like,
Right.
delete.
Right, because you can't.
I can't. I don't have
can't.
time to respond to because each one of those requires a pitch. This hotel, this is what they do. And each one of those leads requires a story. It was so,
and you know what goes behind it from your experience,
right. I come from PR,
Right.
and you can't just,
you can't wing it.
you can't wing it. You can't do it half baked
No.
because then you look like a loser.
Right,
The media's
exactly.
this person's a moron.
has no
they don't know
idea.
what they're doing.
Yeah.
So you really have to make sure that it's succinct, the information's correct, it's current. So it's a big job.
Oh, yeah.
So I was so relieved today. I forwarded it to her and I just put in red Garden City has a great bacon appetizer. These hotels are close to the train for people coming. I gave her some because she's just brand new.
She's like literally just started.
I'm like, welcome. Boom, 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 boom.
Here you go.
I'm like, ask Bree and them for this. Ask Nikki and Liz for this contact.
But you know what I love about her is that she will.
She will.
Even if you didn't tell her that, she'd go to the other staff and just be like, where would I find? Like, she's great. I'm really excited for her to start.
Me too.
She started yesterday, and it's amazing.
And it's so nice to be able to take advantage of those opportunities because we've been missing. Like, if you're not there to respond to those media leads, and they're all like by tomorrow,
and
end of day, ASAP. Every single one of them. And if you can't take advantage of them, then you're missing out on being included. And people don't realize when you read a newspaper article or you read a magazine, you're flipping through, and it talks about stories about travel, that's how those get in there.
Right, exactly.
That journalist doesn't just know everything about travel. We feed them that information. Yeah. They put it out there like, who's got it? I want to do a story about this. Who's got it? And it's without a destination marketing organization like ours responding, no one's responding to those. And so the people that you're reading about are the destination marketing organizations that my watch just said breathe. They're like, it's like calm
I
hate
down. I hate the breathe.
I'm on a rant right now about
I can't stand
why
the breathe.
Destination marketing organizations are valuable.
Well,
because people don't know.
They don't know the work that goes behind it.
And they're like, just, any agency could do that. I'm like, oh, really? Okay, good. Good luck with that. Okay, so
what's your tea?
My tea is I'm actually not going to be here next week.
Right.
Because I'm going to the U.S. Travel Association conference in Los Angeles because Discover Long Island is a finalist for the best social media of any destination in the country.
Whoop, whoop.
Yay. Chris, did you know that?
Excited.
Chris didn't even know that. How does our own team know that?
Social media girl?
Yes.
Did you know that?
And by the way, and this is a big deal for me and for us because it's the U.S. Travel Association. It's the organization that, is the overarching umbrella for all of tourism. And this is super competitive.
Yes.
And these are destinations, like you said, L.A. tourism.
Yeah.
New York City.
Yeah.
I mean, Chicago, everybody that have much bigger budgets than we do.
Right.
And so for us to be a finalist, we're in the top 3 of best social media of any destination of any size in the country. This is not based on budgets. This is not based on East Coast, West Coast.
Right.
Everything.
Right. I love what you said about the, what is it called? Testimonial.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I think
it was awesome. So, because they had the top 3 finalists.
Because even if we don't win, that in itself.
Yeah. So I was looking because I'm always like,
where are we? What's
super
happening?
competitive.
Yes.
Like
last week when you were like, I would share the golds. I'm like, no, you wouldn't. You would not.
I would want that gold. I wouldn't risk. I don't think I would risk
gold.
Losing the gold if they said you've got the gold. I would share it as opposed to risk losing it. That's like deal or no deal.
Yes, I know.
I'm like, I'd take the deal.
But you're super competitive. So.
I am very competitive, but as long as I won the gold, I'd be like, fine.
Right. I'll share it all day.
Yeah. I don't know that I would share social media. I would probably do a social media off.
Yeah. Yes.
I was like, let's do this.
Right.
Let's have a duel. But the coolest thing is that, I was looking at all the different finalists and who was a finalist and why, because I said, it talks about what the proposal, like what they've done.
Yeah.
And then it says what the judges, and by the way, the judges of this is the board of the U.S. Travel Association.
Amazing.
So this is like the head of Marriott Resorts. Carnival Cruise Lines is the president. I mean, these are like big wigs. The biggest travel and tourism names you can think of are on this board.
Yeah.
And they don't know us.
Right.
They don't have a stake in the game. They're just looking at it from a level playing field.
From an award submission.
Yeah, from a level playing field. Like, who's doing the best? And everybody was like, they were like, oh, interesting. Great, at no cost. It did a good job. Ours, they were like a full paragraph.
Yeah.
They were like, so I'm really hopeful, and I'm going to be I'll have to come back and eat crow if we didn't win. But like you said, just the testimonial, because they were like, Discover Long Island is leading the industry in social media, and they're paying attention to channels like podcasts and YouTube and TikTok that other destination marketing organizations are ignoring. And they're like, we've done a different approach. Instead of just using those outlets to pump out information, we've transitioned into trying to become the influencer.
Right, exactly.
Not just use other influencers. We're becoming our own influencers, which takes a lot of time.
It does. It
and
does.
a lot of dedication, a lot of work. But that's what we think our role should be, is to be there for you. If we're going to be the destination marketing organization and represent it, we should be the people telling you everything about it.
Right. Well, that was like the one thing we said in the beginning was like, let's own this, you know, like let's be the owners of this, because destinations aren't doing that. And when you lose that, you lose out.
And we still utilize all the great influencers out there, of course, and we have wonderful relationships with all of those people, and we tap into all of them for their incredible expertise. Right. But I think, anyway, so I'll be going to LA, so fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed we get it.
So nervous. I'm so nervous because it's a big deal. And like I was saying it to somebody today at lunch, I was like, it's hard because as a destination, we are very underfunded.
Yes.
Our budget is like one of the lowest in all of New York State, even compared to like Rochester, Niagara, Buffalo. They all spend more money than we do. Right. And promoting tourism. And yet, I always make fun of my colleague, and I tease my colleague in Niagara. We're really good friends. And I'm like, you spend $1.5 million more than I do a year, and you have one attraction. Right. And everyone in the world knows what it looks like.
Right. It's the 7 wonders, right?
I'm like, everybody
you don't
knows.
even need to...
You just spend. Yeah. I've got all of Long Island from end to end, which is so diverse, and the history, and the downtowns, and the main streets, and the beaches, and the music, and the community. It's like crazy. It's just so much to talk about, and that's the wonderful thing about what we are. But anyway, I said, you know what? If you give me a level playing field like social media, we will win.
We will win.
You give me the tools and the resources that I can compete on a level playing field. Long Island and this team. This Discover Long Island team.
This Discover Long Island team.
I will bet my hands on we will win every time.
Watch.
I was
watch me.
Come at me, bro.
Yeah, bring it.
And they were like, calm down.
Got you. Don't worry.
Your watch is saying that you should breathe?
Yeah. You're getting like notifications.
I was seriously like WWE.
And you're not competitive.
Yeah, exactly. And then by the way, if we don't win at that award ceremony, I'm gonna be bitter.
Yeah.
I just
so glad you're taking vacation days.
Yeah, I'm gonna be gone. Okay, so that's my tea.
That's good tea.
Yay.
That's some good tea.
And we have a lot of teasers coming up.
We do. So we have, let me see what we have here. We have a list.
Well, we talked a little bit about the shows.
Oh, wait, can I read a review?
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
We haven't done that in a while.
I know. And by the way, I love it when you guys leave reviews.
I know.
It really makes our day.
It really does. Like I don't know if you realize how much it makes our day, but it really does. But Lala631, my kind of tea. As a woman born and raised here on Long Island, I can't get enough of listening to these two ladies and all the hot tea. Smart, funny, and sassy, just like I like my podcast. Did I mention it's all about Long Island?
Oh,
so cute.
I love it. I have chills.
I know.
I love people that love Long Island. So Lala is so cute. Lala631.
Yeah,
There's
so
like water
adorable.
in my phone. I'm wondering, like, did my
it get
phone go in the
damaged?
water? I'm just like looking. I had water on it. Lala631, you're so cute. I like you.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, I think everyone should leave us a review because I love reading them.
I know. I love reading them too.
Yeah.
Like we said, we have no idea how much it actually does make our day.
We really, really appreciate you guys tuning in every single week.
Cheers.
All right,
this is a great episode.
Yes. We'll see you next week.
See you next week.